board and management of FBN Holdings Plc hosted its 11th annual general meeting through a virtual format. Chairman of the financial holding company, Alhaji Ahmad Abdullahi, who coordinated the meeting, led external auditors and audit committee to give their reports on the company.
We, Maritime registrars, do confirm that as at the regulatory date, we received 1,121 proxies representing 12,712,650,981 shares, which makes up 35.38% of the issued share capital of the company. Thank you.
To the shareholders of FBN Holdings Plc, report on the audit of the separate and consolidated financial statement. Our opinion: we've audited the separate and consolidated financial statements of FBN Holdings Plc, the company, and its subsidiaries together, the group, which comprise the separate and consolidated statements of financial position as at 31st December 2022, the separate and consolidated statement of profit or loss, the separate and consolidated statement of other comprehensive income, the separate and consolidated statement of changes in equity, the separate and consolidated statement of cash flow for the year that ended, and notes, pricing, significant accounting policies, and other expenditure information. In our opinion, the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements give a true and fair view of the separate and consolidated financial position of the company and its subsidiary as at 31st December 2022, and of its financial performance and cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards as issued by the International Accounting Standards Board, and in a manner required by the Companies and Allied Matters Act of Nigeria 2020, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act 2011, the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020, and relevant Central Bank of Nigeria guidelines and circulars. Specifically with respect to the compliance with the requirements of Schedule 5 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, I will report that we have obtained all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. And in our opinion, for purpose of accounts have been kept by the company so far as appears from examination of those books. 3. The company statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of accounts. Secondly, with respect to the compliance with Section 26(3) of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020 and Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD-1/2004, I will report that the group paid penalties in respect of contravention of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020 during the year ended 31st December 2022. The details of penalties paid are disclosed in Note 46 to the financial statement. And second, the related party transactions and balances are disclosed in Note 44.1 to the financial statement in compliance with the Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD-1/2004. Signed by me, Kabir Okunlola, forehand on behalf of KPMG Professional Services on the 2nd of June 2023.
In compliance with Section 404 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we hereby reviewed the audit report for the year ended 31st December 2022 and hereby states as follows. The scope and planning of the audit were adequate in our opinion. The accounting and reporting policies of the company conform to statutory requirements and agreed ethical practices. The internal control was being constantly and effectively monitored. The external auditor's management report received satisfactory response from management. The committee reviewed the audit report on the insider related party transaction and is satisfied with the status as required by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Dated 19th April 2023. Signed by me, Fuad Farouk Umar, Chairman Audit Committee. Thank you.
Shareholders in their remarks commended the financial group for paying 50k dividend and called for more innovative steps to keep the company viable.
First and foremost, Mr. Chairman, I want to congratulate the entire board, management and staff of FBN Holdings Plc for celebrating another successful year. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, we appreciate the dividend of 50 kobo, but we hope it could be better in the coming years by God's grace. Also, I want to use this opportunity to welcome the new directors of our company, the two directors, especially my amiable dear brother, Mr. Femi Otedola, into our board, which I believe is going to add more value and brings his wealth of experience to move our company forward. Mr. Chairman, on that note, we as a shareholders, we are also appealing to the entire board and management of FBN Holdings Plc to settle whatsoever is the dispute between the parties amicably on the round tables in the interest of the bank and all the stakeholders. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, I want the board of FBN Holdings Plc to look into issue of paying interim dividend.
I want to commend the bank financial results, which was achieved despite the difficult, challenging business environment, political uncertainties, the boardroom distraction, and also the continuous increasing inflationary pressure. We saw the growth in the gross earning by about 6.3% to 805 billion due to strong net interest income. The net interest income increased on the back of a 31.5% growth in loans and advances to customers. We have also seen the capital appreciation of First Bank share, which rose significantly during the year. It's a testament to the dynamic leadership quality of the group managing director and the managing director of the bank and their team, and the display of resilience and ability to adapt to the changing economic landscape. Under their watch, Mr. Chairman, we have seen the customer growth in account of First Bank from 36 million to 41 million. We have seen the growth in the ATM to 17,426. The bank itself have over 80% of the banking transaction via digital channel among all banks, and also control 20% market share. This is a tremendous achievement, and we are very proud of the bank.
Mr. Chairman, I want to join my colleagues in thanking the board and management and staff of FBN Holdings for the performance, the results we have seen, the reduction in the NPL, and the half-year result. The half-year result is almost the whole profit being made for last year. I commend the GMD and the MD and all the directors. Mr. Chairman, this meeting is being conducted virtually. I commend you for that, but I hope next year, Mr. Chairman, we should have a breed, partly physical and partly virtual. I also want to say that I'm happy with the two people you are bringing on board. Mr. Otedola is a household name in this country, not only in Nigeria, Mr. Chairman, even abroad. He has been in business for a long time. He has been successful, and we believe he's going to add value to our business. As far as I know, he is the closest person to Alhaji Aliko Dangote. And if you look at the businesses of Alhaji Dangote, no any other individual in this country has such investment in the capital market like Alhaji Aliko. So I'm appealing to Otedola to ensure that the refinery business, the proceeds, all the money and the businesses of Dangote are brought to our bank so that it will increase our profitability.
Responding to the shareholders, the Group Managing Director, Mr. Nnamdi Okonkwo, shared part of the strategies of the company to remain competitive and provided clarity on the 150 billion naira capital raising.
If you look at our track record, we've been increasing the dividend we pay over the years. And if you try to correlate that with performance, as we achieve better performance, which you're already seeing now, and even in the second first half of this year, that means we'll be in a position to pay more, better dividend. On customer service, this is a challenge we must admit for every service-related business, and we're no exception. However, I want to assure you that this is we have customer service improvement projects going on currently, especially in this digital age. First Bank probably processes more digital transactions than any other bank in this country today, and we are very strong on innovation, all geared towards improving customer service. Thank you for commending us on our intention to raise capital. Maybe I should also just speak to this once and for all, because different people, while some people are commending us for our plans to raise capital, some others are wondering why we're raising capital. Let me make it clear that we have proposed to make our institution future-proof. What do I mean? We're operating in the VUCA environment. You know, all businesses are vulnerable to changes, and we must build a strong capital base so that our future, as our going concern, will not be threatened. Specifically, we're going to be we need more capital to take advantage of attractive business opportunities, which of course will translate to profit. And we also have to be ready for Basel III, which will kick in any moment from now. Basel III pilot phase has been on for a while now. So when Basel III is implemented, you don't want your bank to be running helter-skelter for capital. So we're being proactive. We also need to strengthen our balance sheet for growth. Without capital, you can't take advantage of other capital consuming activities that translate to superior profit. So we want to make it clear that it is in the interest of all shareholders that your bank is fortified in terms of capital.
With the election of Mr Olufemi Otedola CON and Mr Samson Oyewale Ariyibi as directors and approval of the 150 billion naira capital raising plan of FBN Holdings, it is expected that the company will sustain its innovative digital financial services, strengthen its balance sheet, and create more value to improve its dividends to shareholders.